This video is on Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem is a relationship between the sides of a right triangle. You all know what a triangle is, and when you see the word right triangle, the word right here is talking about that one of the angles is equal to 90 degrees. So, right here we have a right triangle, and this angle right here is the 90-degree angle. That symbol right there indicates that it is 90 degrees. In a right triangle, the side that is opposite of the 90 degrees is called your hypotenuse. All right, let's actually write the definition up here. Hypotenuse. So hypotenuse is a noun. It is the side opposite of the 90-degree angle in a right triangle. Because in a triangle, the size of the side is related to the size of the angle opposite of it. And the 90-degree angle is always the largest angle in a right triangle. The hypotenuse will also be the longest side. If you notice, this angle is smaller than this angle, which is why this side opposite is smaller than this side that is opposite of this angle. Okay, so now that we've talked about what hypotenuse is, we've talked about what the word right means in right triangle, let's get back to the actual Pythagorean theorem. So, Pythagorean theorem says a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Here, your c, right here, c is the hypotenuse. A and B each of these is one of the other sides of the right triangle. Let's put this into a drawing. So here we have our right triangle. This angle right here is your right angle, which of course means that this side right here, the length from here to here is C. The other two sides of this triangle, this one right here and this one right here, are A and B. You get to choose which one is A, you get to choose which one is B. So this will be A or B, and this one will be the other one. So B or A. Let's do an example with actual numbers here. So let's say that we are given this problem right here. We know this is a right triangle because of that little symbol right there. And we're given the length of 2 of the 3 sides. We're missing this one down here. And it says solve for the missing length. Because this is a right triangle, I know I can use Pythagorean theorem. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. All right, so a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, the 7 is definitely our c, because c is defined as our hypotenuse, or the side that is opposite of our 90 degrees, which is always our longest side in a right triangle. Okay, and I get to choose. Do I want to call this 5A or do I want to call this 5B? I'm going to choose to call this A. And that makes this other side the other one, B. Okay, now let's substitute these values into my equation here. So I'm going to change the A into a 5. I'm going to change the C into 7. It's always a good habit to, when you substitute, to substitute the value by putting it in parentheses. So I change the A to 5. I still have squared plus B squared equals C, change that to 7 squared. Okay, now we just have to solve for B. You have 25. 7 squared is 49. I'm going to subtract 25 from both sides. Minus 25 to this side of the equal sign, minus 25 to this side of the equal sign. Positive 25 plus b squared minus 25. That will just become 0, and 0 plus b squared just becomes b squared. (49) minus 25 is 24. The opposite, to get b by itself now, the opposite of this squared, I'm going to do square root to both sides. Quick thing to notice is b squared equals 24. B squared has 2 solutions. When I square root the b squared, it will split this into 2 possible solutions. The square root and that squared cancels out. So on the left side, I just have a b. And I'm splitting this into 2 possible solutions. The 2 possible solutions is b is equal to positive square root 24 or negative this right here, or negative square root 24. Now, since this b here represents a length of a triangle, it doesn't really quite make sense to have a negative length. So therefore, this right here is not a solution. because we can't really have a negative length. So b is equal to square root 24. You can, if you want, simplify square root 24. If you want to simplify square root 24, this is equal to 2 times square root 6.